Hey, how's everybody out there? This is old Buck Dell, and with me is
Oh, Buck Dave,
and two old bucks are at it again.
at it
So,
again for your viewing no well for your listening pleasure, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
well, you never know. I
You
could
never
come up with
know.
some interesting stuff.
Uh, hey, I'd like
Uh,
to start the day off with a. I think it's the final chapter in the Eternal Ice Maker saga. I think I
oh
talked about
yeah,
the last episode or
the
so that
Samsung Ice Maker saga.
Samsung Ice Maker. The guy did show up. I think as I mentioned, I looked at all these videos on how to repair it, and I found another video, and the guy says, "Just call Samsung. It's they'll warranty it," and they did, even though the refrigerator was out of warranty. So anyway,
Well,
the guy showed up. Of course, I had to defrost the that compartment, and that took a couple hours. And but so we were ready for him when he got here, and he kind of removed the guts, took a bunch of pieces out, put a different bunch of pieces in, and he went to the back of the refrigerator, took the back panel off, put a new computer board in, and that baby is making ice. I gotta tell you, man, life
uh,
is good.
well, the I think it's an example of the just being some old bucks that first we Google it. Now we learned that trick, and then we try this. And I mean, my trick was I was going to one time rotate the tires in my car. I told you that one.
Yeah,
I
oh
squatted down, took the first wheel off, and couldn't get up. So I put it back on and rolled over and got it. So
yeah.
so it just goes to show you, maybe you have to let the experts handle some of the
Let the
stuff
experts
anymore.
handle it. I almost did it the hard way, but I
Almost there, you
saved
go.
myself at the last minute here. I guess
Because
the
you
only
would
yeah the
didn't
only
put it
down
together and it wouldn't have worked or
yeah
lasted for a
yeah
couple
the only
days. Then
downside is I did buy another ice set of ice maker guts, which is the old style as it turns out. And so I checked on Amazon to see, well, maybe I can return them. Well, I missed the return date by 6 days. So, but you know what?
sounds like eBay to me.
It's okay. It sounds like eBay. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Speaking of ice,
uh,
did the Winter Olympics start yet?
uh, yeah, apparently they did. I see
Apparently.
a lot of commotion about some athletes, and
Well,
I don't follow too much of that because
nobody is apparently. Viewership's way down. I think there's just too many other things to do. Too many other. You don't have three networks now, and you now have 333 options. So
well, let me put it this way. Let me
yeah.
put it this way, Dave. I mean, you turn on the tube, you see 150,000 Russian troops and tanks, and then you can click up to the Olympics, and it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to get your mind off of that.
It's
Say, gee
hard to
whiz,
yeah.
it's kind of hard to
Hard
enjoy
to
this
care.
if you think there's
Yeah.
going to be a
Jeez.
war or something like that. So, but I do have, I do like to watch some
You-
speed skating.
You're a speed skating guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like
I
that
think
too.
that's pretty interesting the way they do that. I mean, they go around those ends, they got their hands
Yeah.
on the ice there at an angle, they're flying up and down. I mean, what an energy that would take. So if I see that, I'll watch that. But
Yeah.
otherwise, do you have something you like? Do you
Well,
watch it?
I like any event that's like a timed event. Okay, so I mean I like the downhill skiing. I like the cross country. The bobsledding. I like the speed skating. What I have a hard time liking is the figure skating because it's
Yeah.
all subjective. It's like, well, the Slovenian judge always scores this guy 2 points down because he didn't like his brother. This guy always scores too high. It's like, oh, come on.
I can never understand how they score it. I mean, if a guy jumps in the air and doesn't fall down, I would give him 10
Mm-hmm.
points for
Yeah,
just standing on the ice. So
but my favorite is curling. I think I like that because I think anybody could be an Olympic curler with with a little bit of effort.
I think
I'm gonna get lots of hate letters from the curlers here,
uh,
but
I'm
I
going to
love I
support those
love the
guys.
sport. I think it's great. It's all about geometry and physics, and drinking beer between throws. I think I don't know.
Do you understand it? Do you understand the game? Sport,
Well,
curling?
Well,
So
basically, yeah, you got to get the,
you have
you
this big stone.
got to
And
get your
it's
stones. You got to get the points. Got to get the
right.
stone
And
points.
what's the broom for? Is it to make it go a different angle? I never could
Yeah,
figure
it's
that
to
out.
to sweep the ice and to actually kind of melt the ice, momentarily melt the ice to give it more of a glide as the ice. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I always found that to be interesting that they're out there sweeping in front of that big stone. But it looks to be a
I
pretty
think it would.
skillful sport.
I think it'd be fun to do. I'd like to try it.
It's
I wouldn't want to live
go
in
find
Minnesota.
it. Go
Wouldn't want to live in Minnesota to
yeah,
do
go
it, but
find some place where you can actually play it.
oh gosh,
Yeah,
so
put all them stones in your car. Anyhow, it's I haven't been following it. I admit I haven't been following it, but um, I don't know what else can I say.
yeah, I did like one quick interview with Shaun White. Now he's the guy. I think he came in fourth place. He's been I don't know, like a 3-time Olympian in the boarding,
Mm.
and he says, yeah, I called my buddy. I said, oh man, my back really hurts today. And the guy said, what'd you do? Where'd you fall? And he said, I didn't do anything. I got out of bed. He says, I woke up this way. He says, I'm getting
Yeah,
old. It's like
he's a little bit older.
he has no
Yeah.
idea what's got ahead of him. But I thought it was kind of funny, and he's taken it in stride, the whole
You
thing.
don't see too many 70, 75-year-olds doing that pipe, the snowboard.
I
You know
don't.
that.
No smart ones, maybe only the dumb
Yeah,
ones. I don't know.
you need about 200 contestants because they
Yeah,
were scattered all over the place. The
yeah.
ambulance never made it down the
Wow.
whole thing. So
All
anyhow,
right, so we missed the
yeah,
Olympics, or
yeah.
I don't know. It's not quite over yet, but I'm not going to watch too much
But there
more.
was another event out there that we
What was
watched,
that?
wasn't it? I think it
Oh,
was a football game or
oh, the
something.
Super Bowl. Yeah, there was a
Oh,
Super Bowl. What you think of the Super Bowl?
what did I think of the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
it's kind of a
Okay, well,
loaded
I tell you
question.
one thing I did do. I waited to the last minute. I literally waited to the kickoff before I switched over to that channel
Uh huh.
because the other stuff was, I just doesn't make any sense to me going on
Well,
and on and on about
well,
everything. So,
I was actually out to dinner, and my sister came to visit, so we went out to dinner, had a nice time, and excuse me, we got home 1 minute before halftime. So I got to
oh,
see about 1 minute of the first half, and then of course there was the halftime show. I think so.
the halftime event.
The halftime event. So
Yeah.
you got any opinion on it? I have an opinion on that. I don't know if you do or not. But
I was flipping around on that too. In fact, I usually spend time in the refrigerator or something about that comes on, so I didn't catch too much of that. That much. Go ahead, say it.
it apparently got all kind of rave reviews on TV, on watching CBS the next morning. Blah blah blah. The only thing I can think is that these people should be old bucks. Like it's Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem. I mean, these people all peaked in what, the '90s or the '80s.
Yeah, they border
They're
on
they're
old, they
buckworthy.
border
They're
on old buckdom.
yeah, they shouldn't be out there.
Yeah,
Like
well,
man, they're irrelevant, just like us. Come on,
yeah,
but
halftime. Halftime
it was
appeals to a little bit of everybody all the time. So
a
you
little
never
bit of
know.
everybody, yeah. But
So,
but well, the last couple minutes of the game were good, exciting. Up until that, it was kind of a yeah.
do you know that there is uh, vivacious vixen that used to live in Normalville and moved to Cincinnati? And I know she was really excited about the game, and
Yeah. Well, I was
yeah,
definitely rooting for the Bengals. Let's face it. We gotta go with
the closest to Normalville.
closest to Normalville. Plus,
Yeah,
we
so
got a Vixen buddy living there,
yeah,
and yeah. So I was definitely rooting for the Bengals, but
but
it was
I
so close, so
I
close.
tried to console her by saying at least you get to enjoy the excitement up to the game and all that stuff. That's still good, even if you come in second place. Someone has to win, and you still get to be excited about your team being there. So,
Yeah, I saw she posted a note on our YouTube channel. I think
oh,
she
did
was the
she
first
really?
poster. Yeah, so good to see that we were still vertical. So that was great. That
Uh,
was great. And I saw
Well, we have
our
great fondness for our normal Bill buddies.
one of
So
our Moscow listeners also posted on the YouTube channel. He said, "Do more of that stuff." He likes it. So, oh,
so we're going to do a follow up for that adventure. That was a quite nice trip. We'll give everybody a live follow up on how that turned out and where we're going from after that. What the
yeah,
next stop is.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Hey, what about
well,
the commercials? Everybody always gets all excited about the commercials during the Super Bowl. Do you have any that you liked or
I
didn't like, or?
I am telling you what, I don't think I might have chuckled
Mm-hmm.
one time over the Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Most I did not know what they were about.
Mm-hmm.
And one that I was going to ask you about when I saw you. And on my TV screen, there was something like a barcode that just changed colors and moved around the screen. Did you see that?
I don't think I even saw that one. Let's say I got there just at halftime, so I missed half of them.
I have no idea what that was. And frankly, all the money they might have spent on commercials, I can only remember the Doritos commercials because they've been playing at it a little bit ever
Yeah.
since. But so I rated about a 2.5 commercials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought most of them were kind of lame. Kind of lame. I did like a couple. I liked the Salesforce commercial. That's with Matthew McConaughey, and he was in a balloon, I think. But anyway, he was.
Is that what that was about?
The,
Salesforce?
well, Salesforce is that's software, but
Oh,
the theme of it was, let's stick with the real world. Let's not worry too much about the metaverse right now. Let's come back in the real world with real people. And I like the message. I like the message. Okay, and
well, at least you understood what that was. I mean, I think I probably had averted my eyes or something around. Maybe I was looking at my Woody and checking the time,
oh, jeez.
and I
I'm glad,
missed it.
I'm
I
glad you
missed it,
clarified that.
and I missed the
We're
content
gonna
of
get
that.
more
So,
letters. More letters.
so,
Jeez. Yeah.
so anyhow, as far as the whole commercial thing, I don't know. Maybe it's
What
just me.
What about Scarlett? Did you see Scarlett Johansson?
No,
She
that doesn't ring a bell either. Well, was
she
she in
she
a commercial there?
Well, she and her husband did an Alexa commercial, and it was kind of tongue in cheek. Everybody says Alexa is listening to you all the time, and so
Oh, that's what that was about.
yeah, so they're waking up, and Alexa says something like, "You need some mouthwash, Scarlett." And I thought it was cute because it was like it was kind of tongue in cheek as well, and
I think it might have been above my mental level. I mean, I only do fifth grade math, so
wait a minute, I don't think there was any math involved.
no, but I
Come
mean,
on.
I only have a certain IQ to figure this stuff out. I
Yeah.
mean, I like
What
where they push Betty White down and it turns into a Snickers bar commercial. I understood.
But Scarlett. I mean, she's definitely one of my favorite actresses.
Oh
Do you remember Lost in Translation?
no,
Okay, she was 17 years old when she made that movie with Bill Murray. One of my favorite all-time movies. Well, I'll tell you the reason I like it is because I went through a lot of that stuff. The guy's over in Japan. He's half a world away from his family, and stuff's going on back home, and he's trying to get his business done, and can't sleep. He's time shifted, and all the times I over to Asia, I was going through the same thing. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet anybody like Scarlett Johansson over there, but
well,
it was. I thought it was just a great movie the way it was done. It was a little movie.
well, you were familiar with the actresses, so that I can
Well, I mean,
understand
I
how you got
hadn't.
that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time I ever saw her. But of course,
Oh,
Bill Murray, and I mean, look, Groundhog Day. That's one of my other. That's probably one of my top five. Also, it's a silly movie, but it just
so you took away that there's a better alternative than Alexa?
no, 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 no. They were just showing how it can be useful in various ways in
Oh,
your
okay.
life, and they also kind of took a little jab at themselves, where people say Alexa's always listening and telling everybody about you and that sort of thing.
Oh,
So
And
Yeah,
that's not true. Isn't she always listening?
I
She's not
think it
always.
is true. I think it is true. I think it's
Yeah, I
true.
don't have Alexa in the house. I just dial information to get my information. So
I have one in the garage actually. It was given to me as a gift by some friends, and I use it in the. I keep it in the garage, and I use it to play music in the garage. I say, hey, play this, play that. And the only time she can figure out what I'm thinking is when I'm talking to myself in the garage. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that is really funny. Look, I mean, our listeners should compare the two. You have Alexa, and you say, "Play this, play that." I have a Henry Claus, and I have to meticulously dial in the
Yeah.
station I want to listen to. So we have two different approaches to
You know what?
how we listen to music.
You're going to be you're going to be on the on the halftime show next year for the Super Bowl. I can see that now. You with the Henry Claus and your Woody show.
Oh my!
Oh man. Hey, what about Larry David? Did you see the Larry David one?
You know, it took me a while to figure out who that was.
That was
He
Larry
played a
David.
yeah, he played an excellent
Well, he played Larry David, I think,
on
basically.
the very last bit of it. I mean, he
Yeah, I
was
mean
all those
yeah, he
characters.
was playing his sister. I thought it was pretty clever, pretty well done, really, about how he doubted different things. He doubted the light bulb. It'll never work, you know. And of course, it's a pitch for crypto, and he's looking at crypto. Yeah, I don't think so. I think he might be right this time. Okay.
So they
I,
were being sarcastic about the crypto
oh
part just
yeah, they
being
were saying yeah, sure, crypto is the
uh,
next big thing. Yeah. So
someone's
you
going
know,
to find a way to beat that
well, you
system.
look at all the money that's being dumped into advertising now, pump up crypto. This is how you make this stuff fly. You know. Remember Matt Damon recently did a big crypto commercial.
Uh-huh.
You know, be brave. You know, da 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 da. And he's taking a lot of flack over that. He's one of the actors I actually like though. So I was
I wonder what they paid
kind
him
of
to
just
do that.
yeah, that was the thing. They must have paid him a lot of money to do that.
Yeah. Anyhow, I don't think I'm going to have too many crypto coins. I'm going to run out of time before I get enough crypto coins to,
Yeah.
buy the box that are going to put me in. So, what else
Uh,
is going on? I don't know.
well, I don't know. You mentioned something about having a problem with your Tupperware earlier.
Oh, that's right. I was going to mention that to you. Is Tupperware advertised as being microwave
A bowl?
uh, yeah, friendly
Microwavable?
yeah,
Microwave friendly?
microwave friendly or
Does it?
whatever.
I don't know. I don't know. Does it?
Microwavable. Here you go. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So so I'm thinking,
So you're testing that theory?
well, I was I was working with some Tupperware and I know that's a generic name for this, so it might not actually be Tupperware, but it's that plastic bowl with the lids and all that stuff. So
Yeah, let's
anyhow,
be careful here. We don't want to
yeah, I don't want to
be
offend
accused
Tupperware,
of
but
slander.
it seems to me that if you want to say heat a bowl of chili, a small Tupperware container of chili, and all the grease and all that red sauce is near the top, and you get that thing boiling, the grease pretty much burns the edge of that Tupperware. I mean, I have several of them that have like a red ring around the top. And I said, yeah, the
Well,
microwave didn't do it, but the
uh,
boiling oil and
um,
grease and this
yeah.
substance just literally,
Well, I have a position on that actually.
you do.
Number one, I learned the hard way. This was a lot of years ago now. This was a couple destroyed microwaves ago, or
Eh,
I was making microwave popcorn in a well, it wasn't microwave popcorn. It was regular popcorn. It was regular corn. Okay, and I thought, oh, I'm going to microwave this and make microwave popcorn. And I put it in a big plastic bowl, and the first layer of popcorn was glued to the bowl. I had melted the bowl.
yeah.
Right. So I subsequently learned I do not put plastic in a microwave. That's just a bad idea. Okay, you can all the volatiles that can come off and that sort of thing.
Good public service announcement. Don't even just put it into something solid. Yeah.
Don't put plastic in a microwave. Oh, it's a bad thing to do. Bad thing to do.
So they, even though they will not melt technically, whatever's in them can really scar them up pretty good or
Yeah.
burn them or
Well, I managed to melt it. Okay, because I had oil.
right.
I poured oil all over the popcorn, and then of course the oil. It's getting it's going past boiling temperature, I guess,
Yep.
and it's it's melting. It melted the plastic. It was kind of a mess.
So,
Kind of a
all right.
mess.
So that's we agree on that subject that this was a recent observation, and you've already learned the hard way with that one. So,
Learned the hard way.
what else did I remind you of? I was
What
talking
else?
to you about something else the other day. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
I know
What
what
did you
I
want to
know what
tell me?
you know. I came to the conclusion that listenership or big numbers in your, in your podcast depend a lot on uh, some kind of controversy. You make a statement like the Earth is flat or something, and I thought maybe if we was to aspire to the controversial global tilting theory uh, of why the weather is like it is, uh,
This
first
is
uh, first expounded by Mr. Peabody and Sherman many years ago.
oh, the global tilting theory. Okay, tell me
And
more. Is this
that's
like the
there's
seven?
so many people are moving to the southern hemisphere or something. The Earth is basically tilting, and that's why,
Okay.
and that's what's causing all the problems.
Well,
So
it's
if
lucky. Oh,
everybody's
it's lucky for
moved
us. It's
back up,
tilted. It's lucky for us. It's tilted. That's why we have seasons, buddy.
oh, it's going to be tilting a bit further. You see, it's going to just sort of tilt itself all the way around, and then the north will be on the South Pole, and the South will be on the North Pole. Although we won't be able to tell the difference. It will be upside down. Maybe it's already happened. Maybe we're looking at Earth wrong when we take those pictures from the moon.
Well,
Maybe,
maybe.
maybe we could be upside down, and that's probably what the problem. So we'll go on record as supporting the tilted Earth, the global tilting theory,
Yeah.
and see if it raises a lot of controversy.
All
And
right.
old bucks touting global tilting theory. What
Oh,
shall we do? Scientists
geez.
prove them wrong again.
I don't know what to tell you there. That's,
Well, just wait and see what happens.
we'll wait
Everybody
to
can
see
write
if
into the
see
two
if we
old bucks.
get some cards and letter. Bucks too old at
Oh, that's right.
gmail.com.
Bucks
Yeah,
too
it's Bucks too old. Yeah.
old.
Yeah, that's right. See, you're getting old. You forget already.
I am.
I know you're a big Costco fan. You always tell me about all the deals you're getting at Costco. What's just down the street from your place, right?
Not far. Not
Not
far.
far, not far. So what's your latest Costco adventure? I know you
All
have
right.
an adventure every time you go to Costco. Something
No, it
crazy
makes me
happens.
things I see make me think. And
Uh huh.
this is what
Make you want to
made me
go.
think. I actually wrote
Hmm.
it down. The
Okay.
other day, I came home with a reasonably priced bag of mixed nuts. I I I snack on them things all the time until they just pack my intestines solid.
So your diverticulitis flares up.
Till you have to indulge in the Metamucil. Yeah, everybody will know. If you're a little bit an old buck, you'll know what I'm talking
They're all
about.
bobbing their heads now. Yeah,
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 like,
yeah.
yeah, I know. I've been there.
I know.
So I'm thinking about this, and I said I've been through that store on a couple occasions, and sometimes you see pallet loads of uh, pistachios, and then you see pallet loads of walnuts, and then you see pallet loads of just almonds. They're just only walnuts, only almonds, only pistachios. Then you see them and you think, boy, oh boy, if you a walnut eater, I find those nuts to be tasty, but you can only eat so many of them. So one day, then you go back and you don't find any of them. So I'm thinking, what if they simply send all these back to the nut factory,
The
and they
nut
say,
factory.
yeah, and they say, listen, we're not selling any of these things. Let's just grab a handful of each and throw it in and call them mixed nuts or trail nuts, or give it some other kind of name
Uh
and
huh.
repackage this stuff.
Uh huh.
And instead of paying $16 for a big bag of walnuts, you pay $13 for a mixed bag. I'm thinking, because they only have a certain amount of shelf life. So I think there's a lot of that stuff going on. I think there's a lot of repackaging, rebranding, or something.
You think they're sending the nuts back to the nut factory for blending?
I think if they got 4 pallet loads of that stuff, they send it back.
Uh huh.
Those guys just unpackage them,
Yeah.
throw them in the mixer, and repackage them under a different title.
You know what
And
I
then
think?
this way you have a little mix, but a little mix of each, so you
You
don't
know what I
get,
think?
think I'm crazy.
I think you got too much time on your hands again, buddy. I don't think.
You
Can
think
you?
I'm nuts, huh?
I think you are. I think you are nuts. Come on, they're not gonna rip open all those little plastic bags.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think they do it with a machine. I think they just put it in a little, just lay them up and line them up, and it just zips them open. The machine tilts them, they mix them up, and otherwise, what would you do with that many then? If you're not selling tons and tons of just straight bags of walnut. Anyhow, maybe
Dog
someone will
food.
tell us.
Dog food.
No, they don't put that in there, do they? I don't think they
I
use
bet
nuts
they
for that.
do. I bet they do. Well, maybe
No.
we got some smart listeners out there. Maybe one of them can do some research and tell us what they do with the leftover nuts.
Well, I also
Fertilizer? I don't know. Could be.
I, I also told you a couple times when you go to a different shop, like maybe a Whole Foods or something, and you see this other brand, you know, and it looks suspiciously like something you saw in your neighborhood supermarket. And you're thinking, could this be made by the same company? I mean, how many people make, uh, you know, cheddar hot dogs or something? You know what I mean? So then you give it a different name, like Grassroot Farms or Friendly
Mm-hmm.
Farms, or you call it something else, and you sell it in a different store. So I often wonder where stuff comes from. Did I ever tell you my butter story? One time I was in a butter factory, and they were making the
Butter.
stick.
I'm guessing butter. No.
Well, it's like margarine or butter. I think it was butter, but it make it into sticks. What are they?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm watching them make this stuff, and stuff. The machines are busting stuff up, and packages are getting broken, and stuff is squirting everywhere, and so on and so forth. And I said, "Gee whiz, you waste a lot of stuff." He said, "Oh no, we don't waste any of that." I said, "But it's
Mm.
got broken paper in it. It's got nope." So we sweep it all up, filter it, chill it out, and run it through again.
Oh boy.
I said, "There you go, there you go." And ever since that, I figure they can't afford to have all that kind of waste. So
Yeah.
I think my theory is right. I think that's what they're doing. That's how they're able to sell that stuff. They just redisguise it, put it in
They
different packages.
redisguise it. Okay. Wow. I mean, you've got a couple theories going on at the same time there.
I'm a big idea guy. You
You
know
are a big
that.
idea.
I amuse myself and you.
Don't let the facts
Mostly
get
with
in the
big
way here,
ideas.
buddy. You ought to
It's
run for office.
no, well, it's good to have a friend like you to listen to the big ideas, because I mean, you patiently nod your head and
I nod my
roll
head.
your eyes, and
Yeah. That-
and I live refreshed. I
you're a
walk away
happy man, right?
refreshed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a happy man. So
Um,
that's my story, and I'm sticking to
you're
it.
sticking with it, huh? All right. Well, let's maybe somebody else can give a rebuttal to that. But
Well, let's hope so. We've thrown a lot of theories out there, a very controversial theory.
controversial
Yeah,
theories.
controversial. So we I expect a lot of people to chime in with what their theories are on that and anything else they have, because two old bucks, we definitely enjoy the feedback from our listener, and sometime our other listener, from both listeners.
From both of them.
For both listeners, yeah. And then to stay tuned to our video, because we'll get back to that as soon as we can recap our great adventure in Sarasota. We'll go over that, let everybody see what we did.
We'll do. Hey, did I mention that Valentin, one of our Russian listeners, gave us a big thumbs up on the YouTube?
Really?
He said, "Yeah." He
He's
said,
he's one of our good listeners.
He's loyal. He's a loyal listener. He says, "I want to know more about Sarasota." And he says, "How many pair of shoes did you wear out walking from Normalville to Sarasota?" So he's got a sense of humor too. That's
He
good.
does, and I like hearing.
He's
from
one of
him.
the good Russians. He's one of the good Russians.
I do like hearing from him.
He's a good man. He's
But
a good man.
we will catch up on that. We have a little thing to exemplify our trip down there, and you'll be able
It's
to view
coming.
that.
It's
It's
coming.
coming. Oh yeah,
Well, you know what else is coming?
time to go.
The end of this podcast, I'm afraid. Yeah.
All right, let me say then thank you all your listeners out there. The old bucks have a lot of fun. Glad you enjoy listening to us. And this is Old Buck Dale saying good night.
And this is Old Buck Dave right behind him saying the same thing. Take care, folks. See you next time. Bye bye.